I'm actually glad you've brought up in the platform of conversations. Because as you rightly said, I'm one of those who are involved, from the onset of this initiative, and truly I'm proud, to say it has grown quite phenomenally, in a sector that doesn't much embrace new things. But as I said earlier, that is mainly, due to the challenges that local government is facing. There's a lot of moving pieces and parts within local government. But, these conversations have become a way to encourage, but importantly, engage constructively, as well as shape the future of where we want our local government to be. Because in local government, I'm sure you also know there are many spectators, and rightly so. You know what I always say, everyone, is impacted by a municipality or local government, because, each one, every household, in a particular, you are under a particular municipality, and you must voice your concerns, when things are not, happening the way it's supposed to. But the reality is many spectators, but few participants, that can truly, bring about solutions and strategies so that we can improve local government. Because it's one thing, to just talk and talk. Talk is good, but doing is even better, so that you can then bring about the change. And I believe that, the conversation then seek to, ensure that we are talking, but then that talking is more constructive. And also then it can ensure that on the ground, there can be implementation that actually takes place, because it advocates, for that. And local government conversation, is that platform which, I believe as it continues to grow, it will further encourage, local government to fully embrace the advancement of technology, and start getting into this space of digital that will allow them to be more efficient in rendering services. Because I'm quite sure the only thing that municipalities, myself being included, because I'm part of that setup, we're only just thinking of apps only, apps for you to pay, apps or a website. It doesn't even go beyond that, but there's so much that is happening within the digital space, which municipalities have to get into. Because then, as we transform municipalities in that space, then it means that more can be done, with less, because of what technology does. It's not that it will, take away some people's jobs, whatever the case might be, but it is there to help and assist us. And as I've indicated, when you travel internationally and you see some of the solutions that they are currently, utilizing in other parts of the world, and you're thinking, hey, we are so backwards in South Africa. We need to find a way of bringing that here and making use of it, so that we can, take things forward in a more better manner. And that the conversations being digital in nature, it just tells us that, we don't need to always, convene physically, but we can just make use of the platforms that exist. Because even now with meetings, we all know COVID, kind of like pointed us to this direction, that we can now, have meetings anywhere, anytime, but just not after hours. But then that just helps, to put us back into the space now. Because I've said, as South Africa, even Africa as a whole, because I've had some interaction with other, practitioners across the continent, and you can see that there is a strong need for us to get into this tech space. And hopefully then, with these conversations, as they continue, we can, keep on telling, our practitioners out there of what is important. And I do believe that there is much more to come. And as the team keeps on working on it, I am quite certain that it will be one of the role players that is taken seriously within the local government space. So I would just say, watch this space.